We ready to roll?
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the Panels on Pages podcast.
Big boys playing with big toys.
This is quality content.
The boomers are into it.
Hey man, I just show up.
With your hosts, Lee Rodriguez,
I am a visionary. Like, I have a podcast, I'm like, no, that's not me. That's somebody else.
Jason Nyes,
Yeah, sure. I'm not getting any vegetables in my diet. I'm just a thick boy.
Jose Guzman,
Is Jose on the show tonight?
He says he's coming.
It's like Elton John all over again, just minus the death threats.
Kelly Harris,
Reach your hand in your pants there, big boy. That's not me. I don't sound like that anymore.
and our good buddy Mahoney.
And Mahoney's here. What's up, Mahoney?
We can do just glorious, wonderful things on our phones, people.
No one's ever done anything like this before.
It's gonna be massive.
It's going to be great. I mean, obviously, I think it'll be great.
And it's all killer, no filler.
My seat's on fire! Your take's so hot!
Come on. It's so good.
It's pretty good. It's there. It's reliable. You know what you're getting every single time.
Man, I'm so glad you found us.
You're all terrible people, and I'm glad you're my friend.
Put that in the intro.
That's really funny.
Over 500 episodes, and you'd think they'd have the hang of it by now.
It seems like the concept that would run its course very quickly. What's going on, folks? Today is Tuesday, June 20th, 2023, and this is episode number 634 of the Panels on Pages podcast. I am your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. Joining us tonight, we got Mr. Jason Nyes.
I just ate 12 Tylenol. Dare me to drive?
Jesus
Jose Guzman.
Oh my... Cool. I'm speechless.
Kelly Harris is here. What's up, Kelly?
It's nice to have friends that you can send a 5-page document about furries getting a divorce.
Oh, am I going to have to pull that up?
I mean, we could talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
I got to admit, Kelly, you sent that. I made it about a paragraph in, and I said, this is too much.
Because there was a lot of abuse.
TLDR.
There was a lot.
There was a lot of abuse.
There's a lot going on.
I didn't even get to the abuse.
Yeah, no, just, yeah.
It wasn't a lot of emotions. It was a lot of words.
Yeah, just shitty people.
Make a TikTok. Show it to me in a 1-minute TikTok.
What's up, Mahoney? Mahoney's here, too, as you can tell.
I'm here, too.
Yeah, hey, what's up? Oh, man. I'm warning you right now, I got a motherfucking headache, so, you know, I'm not promising a whole lot tonight. But by God, we showed up.
So, nice. Definitely don't play the eagle sounder.
Oh, God. Oh,
Nice just plays Hotel California.
Oh, you know what song you definitely shouldn't play, though?
The Jurassic Park theme?
Gonna get our ass demonetized.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Mash.
The fucking cheeriest song ever.
Who's ready
You
for
know.
some Vietnam War or Korean War comedy?
Who isn't? If you're
Yeah,
not
if it was
ready
Vietnam
for some
War
Korean
comedy,
War
it would have been
you
the
are in
Rolling
wrong
Stones.
place. The Rolling Stones.
The Rolling Stones doing it.
Yeah.
The one and only use of that cover, yeah.
Jose, what would it sound like if Aerosmith did it? Nice, perfect.
Wow.
You see how they had that more like
I noticed
lift
that.
to it?
They should
That
put
more
that.
rock and roll feel?
They should put that on Rock and Roller Coaster.
Shit, they should put that on Rock Band.
Aerosmith sings the MASH theme song.
Rock
You know,
band.
they'll put fucking anything else on TV. If you wanted to pitch MASH theme song lip sync karaoke, I bet you could get it picked up.
You got to dress them up like giraffes, and then you can have a go of it.
Yeah.
And there's got to be a war criminal inside.
Yeah, who's inside the giraffe singing the MASH theme? Oh, it's Newt Gingrich.
Dick Cheney? What?
My favorite is when they
Elizabeth
reveal
Holmes.
they reveal who's in there, and I'm like, I don't fucking know who that is. I'd be
bet
horrible
that's
at judging
most
this
of
game.
What if the whole Masked Singer thing leads us to an entire music industry just full of costumed characters?
I mean, shit, why not?
But hell, half of them could be wearing costumes right now. You'd never know.
Yeah,
Aren't we all just wearing a costume?
that's
Like,
true.
right.
Nice. Your favorite guy, Chris Jericho, was on The Masked Singer once.
I heard about that.
He was very easy to pick out.
Right, because he fucking sucks.
He just sounded like Chris Jericho. And I was like, oh shit, I know this one.
That's the one good thing about everybody singing Jericho's theme song when he comes to the ring is that he's not singing it.
Hey,
So
That's
such
a-
venom and vitriol.
that's a good
Damn.
song. That whole Fozzy album rocks, actually.
That album is actually pretty good.
Fozzy album. I love it.
Pretty good album. He's not wrong.
I will go to bat for that album. It's pretty good.
The Fozzy album, Waka Waka.
The Fozzy Defender has logged on.
I walk alone.
He doesn't cover that Green Day song.
Yeah. I walk alone. I walk alone.
Yeah?
Waka walk.
So,
Waka 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 walk.
I hope everybody had a good Father's Day. I think Nicole and I finally cracked the code on Mother's and Father's Day because she did the same thing this year as I did. So what we did was we booked a fucking 90-minute massage. She got one on Mother's Day. I got one on Father's Day. So we went out and then came back and just did whatever the fuck we wanted to, chilled out. You know, was not running around doing a whole bunch of activities, and then picked dinner and had that, and it was a fucking wonderful time. We got Portillo's sent over for it. It was great. So I got a massage, got Portillo's. It was a goddamn perfect day. It was wonderful. Would recommend. Oh,
Okay.
and they got me one of those fucking Blackstone gas griddles, which is a very dad gift.
Ooh.
So that'll be
People
pretty
love
cool. Pretty
those.
excited about that. Yeah, I didn't get it really. I didn't understand until we went over to Goats one night and he grilled a bunch of burgers and they were the shit and it was easy to clean and all this stuff. I'm like, oh man, I
Yep.
gotta have one of those.
Gotta love it.
And my lady said, oh, I'll make a note of that. Because she knew that between now and then, I'd probably buy a whole bunch of goofy bullshit, but I wouldn't think to buy myself a nice grill.
True.
Does the grill transform into anything?
It does collapse a little bit, so it's kind of like it transforms. You know, it's got moving parts. so
Smaller
that's, you know,
grill.
something. Yeah.
It transforms meats into things you can eat.
Yeah. Which some might say is the best kind of transformer. Shit. But yeah, that was awesome. Had a great time. Jax, quote unquote, got me the Lightning Collection Power Sword to go with my gold Zeo staff. So that's pretty fucking cool. So I got them on the wall, looking all awesome like. And yeah,
He probably
otherwise,
bought you that.
I'm sure he did with all
he
of his
selling
money that he
drugs?
actually has a job.
Yeah.
You know,
He's slinging oxys.
Jax is running an underground fight ring.
Yeah, he is.
if Jax is running a fight ring, it would be anything but underground. That's the thing.
It would
He'd
be on
want
the roof.
Everybody to know. He'd want everybody to show up and watch. Like it would definitely not be underground.
It would be above the ground it's on the moon.
He'd have a high-rise fight club.
Yeah.
But the only other thing wanted to talk
Dad,
about.
I'm
We
making the
hinted at it
kids in
last
my
year.
class fight each other for you.
One
I
kid
mean,
said his
I'm
dad used to
there,
do it in
Jack.
college.
I'm fucking there.
These idiots will do anything for chocolate water.
I tell you, that was like the highlight of high school, you know?
I mean,
How
I
could
think
it not be?
I think it would be
Yeah.
the highlight for any of our high schools.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, I got nothing that comes close, and I had a pretty good time.
You got a sword.
Yeah. Fucking wild. So, the only other thing I wanted to mention, because it's been a highlight in the house the past few weeks, is this British dating show
Oh.
called Naked Attraction. And I heard about it on a podcast, and I'm like, there's no way this is real. It's so real, it's been on for 11 seasons.
11 seasons.
11 seasons. So the point, so they do 2 rounds, two games, I guess, of the Naked Attractions. And the premise is they bring in a person and they put them in front of 6 colored human tanks, and at the
Oh no.
Did
Uh-oh.
did the internet shut you down for saying they put them in front of 6
beginning
colored
of the thing, they
humans?
stare at their gentlemen. Sometimes, but usually no. And they just walk around, have objective conversations about the genitals, vote one off. The next round, the pods lift up and expose the chests. Repeat, vote one off. Then we see faces. They go. Then they hear the voice and they pick one out. And then, when it's down to just the last 2, the picker person also gets naked and they pick a person to go on a date with.
It's the wildest shit I've ever seen.
Do they
It's
not
incredible.
do circumcisions in England?
Not based on what I've seen. Not very likely.
Not typical.
Every once in a while, you'll see one. For the most part, no. For the most part, I'm gonna say no. It's fucking wild because
I can't believe I'm sitting here. Someone has uploaded episodes to YouTube, and I'm sitting here
there are
looking
some
at.
on YouTube. Yeah.
I'm looking at 6 dicks right now on YouTube. 6.
Full on actual dicks. It was amazing when I saw the episode.
Yeah.
And it was the one I saw was like 3 guys, 3 girls.
Oh,
really?
nice.
Okay.
Bisexual.
Yeah,
Doing it for the
it's-
Twitter bio clout.
And the fucking lady, the host lady, leads them into weird questions and situations, and we watched one where it was a couple looking to bring a third in, like there's a theme going on in our weird little circles, and they just got into the part that was just waist down basically, and the host lady's like, so they both have similar feelings and opinions on minge. It's like, fuck, lady.
What the fuck is minge?
That is pubic hair, apparently.
Yeah,
Pubic
okay.
hair, or
Pubes.
maybe just
Speaking of minge, I just sent you guys some
maybe
minge.
just vagina in general. But she was like, do you both feel the same way about your minge?
Man,
It's
how is
fucking
this-
wild.
A fucking ninja.
How is this on
Oh yeah, there
YouTube?
it is. Yeah, I guess, they clearly don't have an algorithm running for it, and if nobody reports it, there they are.
104,000 views.
They're not showing any eyeballs. That's why.
Oh, of course.
Oh, titties. I got the
Ugh.
titties. Titties on YouTube.
Man, remember back when you had to watch
Scrambled porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they pull our
But here's
shit.
the thing.
Yeah. That's my
But here's
point.
the thing. This is the least sexiest program of all time.
Oh, yeah. I'm scrubbing through this
Because-
episode, and they all look like a bunch of British people.
Yeah. Yeah, so like, yeah, they're naked, but it's almost aggressively unsexy because it's just like, fucking meat markets. It's so weird.
Oh
And
yeah.
a lot of the contestants are just they're just the worst. You're like, oh, this person fucking sucks, which if they weren't, they wouldn't be on the show, I guess. But I've only seen one person get mad. And it's because she got down and she's one of the last ones, one of the last few. But when the faces came up, she was like, the guy was like, I don't know, just compared to when she's just, a little bit too old, I guess. And she lost her mind at him. Like, they walk and he was all like, oh, I don't know, got, a little lopsided areolas, don't know if I like that. But she was like, oh, too old. It's like, I'm too old.
Can you imagine being on that dating show and somebody tells you you're too old and you have lopsided areolas?
Oh, I'm sorry. She has a beer gut and bird legs.
It's wild because like the picker people, they're, at least so far as I've seen, they're always like polite, but it's still brutal. It's just the wildest shit, and it is infinitely entertaining because you find yourself by round 3, you're like, okay, I think I got this chick figured out. I think I knew who she's gonna throw it off next. I feel like I don't think she likes that guy's dick. He's gonna go soon. I can just tell. Like it's fucking incredible,
Man.
So if you have 45 minutes to kill, I cannot recommend an episode of Naked Attraction on BBC4.
Remember Singled Out?
Yes.
It's kind of like a Singled Out almost.
They should start out with 50 dudes just hanging dong. And then they're like,
one of
okay,
the best ones,
circumcised or uncircumcised?
One of the best ones, they go up, they bring up the fucking pods, and one of the dudes has 2 prosthetic legs, 2 robot legs. And me and Nicole like, oh well, he can't go out first, obviously. You can't be like, oh cool, I'm gonna throw out the disabled person or whatever. But he gets all the way to the end. Like he's down to like one of the last 2. And when they get to the last 3 and they get to the voice section, they always ask some like, it's generally, what part of your body don't you like? What do you like? Shit like that. It's almost always that. And it's down to homie with the artificial legs, he's covered in tats and shit. And then like this, fucking olive-skinned marble god next to him. And she's like, oh, what do you think is one of the things that tells a story about you or whatever? And I said, they did not just say that. They did not just say that. And the guy's like, oh, I like my smile. I have a very pretty smile, this or whatever, I'm like, okay. And how about you? And the guy's like, I think the thing that tells the story about me most is my scars. From when I stepped on an IED in Afghanistan and blew off the bottom half of my legs.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
And just like, whoa, whoa. Like, read
And then
the
you're
room,
like,
Chad.
You're like, I mean, the legs, whatever I can deal with, but the PTSD trauma that you're going to be bringing to my house, I don't know about that.
Yeah, it was like it's fucking Naked Attraction. It's all light, and then I stepped on an IED and blew off the bottom half of my legs. It's like, fuck, man.
Ew.
It's a trip, y'all.
Oh, he might be a part robot.
What, can you imagine one of them is just like a tiny little midget and the little thing comes up and they're just all there? You can see all of them. They're just like, oh, hi.
Well, no, because the pods are keyed to each person. So his pod would just go up like 9.5 inches.
It barely moves.
But you would know.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that was a little one.
So we were sitting at dinner. Speaking of tiny little people, we were sitting at dinner the other night. Katie reaches over and is like, "Hey, who was that person who you said was like the zebra surrounded by all the giraffes?" I was like, Tito. That was Tito. But like out of nowhere, it was so funny.
Oh, that's great. But yeah, highly recommend Naked Attraction. What you got going on, Nice?
Absolutely. You know what I do not recommend is
What
Morbius.
do you not recommend?
Did you just watch Morbius?
It's Morbin time.
I did watch Morbius this week.
Oh.
So you watched Morbius and The
yeah.
Flash the same week. All right.
Yeah,
Balls of steel, this one.
real barn burner. And that Morbius movie was made for exactly 0 people.
Yeah.
There
it's
is
just-
nothing
it's-
in there
No.
for anyone.
Yeah, but how was the performance? How was it worth him taking 40 minutes to walk
No.
to the bathroom?
No.
Did you feel?
Oh, he walks
His
so
legs didn't
fucking
work
slow.
correctly?
He walks so fucking slow in this movie.
You watch
it's
so slow.
it was the first thing I noticed how slow he walks.
It is. I know you said it, but like, it's one of those things where you're like, oh, this is going to be bad. It's going to be hysterical, but it's not.
No.
It's not funny. It's not enjoyable. It's just a waste of time.
Agree. Morbin time was not a good time. And then
The fact that the internet convinced Sony to release that a second time is just fucking magnificent.
ridiculous.
It was the best of
These are the-
times. It was the Morbin times.
And these are the same people that are like, oh my God, I hope they make live action Miles Morales. And you're like, no, you don't. You really don't. You think you do, but you don't.
When all of fucking Twitter was like, oh my god, we totally would have went to see Morbius. We just all were busy that one weekend. Like,
And then they were
they
like,
were
checks
"Oh,
out.
shit, okay, yeah. Like,
Say no
unbelievable.
more.
You know how fucking stupid they must have felt coming back into work on Monday, being like, okay, so that was bullshit.
Morbid time, huh?
In order to keep his thirst back, he's got the artificial blood, and then he's also got bags of real blood as well. And
And
he
he
eats
scrolls Instagram.
he eats these bags of blood like they're fucking Capri Suns. It's ridiculous. And then going from one awful made for no one superhero movie starring Michael Keaton to another awful just well, let me pull up this Twitter thread because it pretty much sums up my thoughts. Let's see, screen share. All right, this is from
So you're telling me, Nice, is that based on your experience, you do not think that The Flash is the greatest superhero movie ever made?
No, and I really did have to go back and search for that James Gunn tweet, and I couldn't find the tweet where he said it was the greatest superhero movie ever made, but he said something to the effect of it's amazing.
He deleted it.
He I don't know if he
He was
deleted
slick.
it.
No, he planned it. He fucking had it out there for as long as it needed to be. And then he deleted it in like 3 a.m. 2 days before the movie came out. So that after the movie came out, no one could find it.
It's nuts because on Thursday, all the leaks started to come out, and you guys were fucking tearing into it in our group message. And then Mary was like, yeah, you know what? I have no interest in seeing this. So I was like, oh, okay, here's my chance. I'm going to go see a fucking movie, even if it's a stupid
sneak
fucking
out
Flash.
movie.
And I used a gift card, so I didn't technically pay to see the Flash.
Nice.
So this Twitter thread, I've got it pulled up by @ArtWithinPod, Houston Cooley. I went into the Flash truly thinking that maybe I'd somehow be pleasantly surprised. And same. I was like, I know Michael Keaton's going to be in this for like 5 minutes. I don't necessarily.
Up until the movie came out, it was a lot of people like they were shilling hard, maybe looking for like the to pull quotes from the 9 good reviews or whatever. All the marketing is these quotes from all these.
How much Michael Keaton do you actually get in the movie?
It's more than 5 minutes,
Okay.
but all the
But
cool
he's not
shit,
like the second lead.
all the cool shit is in the trailers.
Yeah.
No, the second lead is Ezra Miller.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
3 characters.
He's 2 characters,
Well,
but
he's
if
Ezra
you're
Miller and then 2 Flashes.
yeah, well, if you're not a fan of Ezra Miller, you're not going to be a fan of the Flash because there are 2 Ezra Millers, and he is on screen 200% of the time.
And it's not even a wet one and a dry one.
No, they're both wet.
Actually, they're both kind of dry.
Hey,
Oh.
that's a shock.
Is it not the most captivating performance given by any human being? In
no, thank you.
Modern
And
day
you know, as I'm watching
design
it, and I'm
life?
witnessing 2 Ezra Millers for the price of 1, I'm just like, no, thank you. Like, who decided this person was a movie star?
Yeah,
Who?
for real.
Yeah, it's weird choice. I don't know, man.
At Art
Who's
Within,
responsible this?
yes. At Art Within Pod continues, this is the most offensively awful major blockbuster I've seen in a theater since Suicide Squad 2016. And it's not just bad, it's ghoulishly uncanny and grotesque Cats level nightmare.
Oh,
Similarly to Suicide Squad,
I
because
think you mean Academy Award-winning Suicide Squad.
well,
Yeah, you better put some respect on that. Man.
Flash specifically went through 3 regime changes at DC.
yeah.
And you can see how they kind of cobbled this movie together over the course of 7 years. Like how Suicide Squad was
Yeah,
just
two
slapped
separate
together to ape
Yeah,
the movie trailer
movie.
that everybody liked.
Yeah.
This is an obnoxious movie full of
7 years.
disgusting food/puke related humor, uncanny valley CGI monstrosities that rival Polar Express. This is 100% a correct assessment of the CGI in the Flash movie. There is an opening scene with like a dozen CGI babies, and they all look worse than anything in Baby's Day Out.
It's true. I've seen it on TikTok. They look horrendous.
Also,
One of the first things I saw Thursday morning was something. It's like, oh yeah, no, Flash director says all that weird CGI is supposed to look that way. I'm just like, oh, that is not a good sign at all. I don't know what they're talking about, but that can't be good.
the implication
babies-
being that when things slow down and when Barry is in the Speed Force, you know, you're seeing things from his perspective. Everything's slowed down to a crawl, and it's the way he's seeing it. But if that was your intent, like this awful CGI is supposed to show you what Barry's point of view is, then scrap it. Don't do it. If it looks bad, if it looks like bad CGI, people are going to call it bad CGI, whether or not it was intended to be a stylistic choice or whatever. Bad. Awful.
We meant for it to look like shit.
But also, you know, what CGI doesn't look like shit these days?
I saw the baby scene on TikTok. So first I heard the CGI is terrible. Then I saw the baby scene, and I was like, oh, somebody rigged up this baby scene to make the CGI look even worse than it actually is. And then I was like, oh, nope, this is an actual scene from a real movie.
Yeah. And it's like the opening set piece, and it's all in slow motion, and you're taking it all in. One comparison that was made about the CGI, especially the CGI faces, the dead CGI people, is they look like that
no.
Scorpion King CGI.
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yes, yes, they do.
Like
In
copy paste.
2023.
And we'll get to one of the main problems with the CGI later on in this thread.
There's one of the CGI people I sent to Mahoney, and I'm like, dude looks like he belongs in Reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
it's really, really bad.
I'm going Friday. I can't wait.
I hope that you have a good time. I think you're going to be like, I wish I reconsidered my not looking at my phone policy.
At the very least, I think it's going to be fascinating.
Moving forward in the Twitter thread, Miller's performance, it's like a mix between Bugs Bunny, Jim Carrey's most obnoxious character actor phase, and a CGI digital double so obvious that it makes you wonder how The Parent Trap did this better in the 1960s. So, fuck. They've got 2 Barrys on screen at all times, essentially. Well, for a good portion of the movie. And almost every time, they cut and pasted his face onto the double.
Ugh.
It's not like they
Really?
did split
They
screen.
didn't just do 2 plates or something.
No. Every single shot where there's 2 of them in the shot, one of them is a copy-pasted face.
Really?
And
That is a choice.
You can tell to the point where it's distracting.
And he had to act it twice, no matter what. Like, just do the scene twice.
I don't know if they used like deep fake technology and he didn't actually act it. They just
that could be.
slapped his face on this stand-in's head.
Oh my god. That is such a weird choice.
Okay.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
Speaking
but I
of,
guess,
there are a lot of people in this movie who I don't believe were ever on set. I don't believe Michael
Yeah,
Shannon.
I can see that.
So I won't say the name of the actor because it's somebody that Lee would know. But there is an actor who was like, yeah, I think I would remember being in this movie. So I agree, I'm in this movie, but I'm not in this movie. Like, I did not shoot this film.
Jesus.
Yeah, because Zod and the Kryptonian army are basically the big bad of the movie. And you never see Zod or the chick Kryptonian without their little face shields on. So
It's kind of like in season 2 of Power Rangers, you never see Barry and Zod on the same screen. You know?
Yeah.
They always show Barry punch and it cuts to Zod falling down. You know.
I do like Supergirl. Supergirl's very good. It's a shame we'll probably never see her again, but apparently she's had talks with people at Warner Brothers. So it's
She
I won't
grew
spoil
on me in some of the trailers that I saw.
She's very pretty and she looks very good in the costume. Michael Keaton as Batman is fine, but at no point did their fan service of shoving Michael Keaton Batman into this movie and playing the Danny Elfman score and showing the Batmobile and showing the Batwing, not once did I get like goosebumps or anything or gave a shit. Like,
Really?
I would have thought that would have
like,
hit for
at
me.
At this point, that's the reason that people are going.
Yeah.
To see that.
And it's just somehow they fucked it up to where it doesn't really matter and you don't really care.
Well, one of the things, like, all the Ezra Miller shit went down, and Warner Brothers was like, well, fuck, we can't advertise the movie as this is The Flash, come see Ezra Miller. We have to do the reveal. Like, we have to tell you that Michael Keaton is in it. Like, it would have been so much better to just get to the theater and be like, holy fuck, Michael Keaton is in this.
Sure.
You know? Like,
they just can't resist. They can't resist. I mean, it's how I would have marketed it for sure. Or I would have just thrown it in the trash with that Batgirl movie.
Yeah, I think they should have swapped those two. Kept the Batgirl movie, trashed this one.
Yeah, especially if Ezra Miller's
They
not
could
in
have
it.
probably argued that this one was worth more money and gotten a bigger tax break for it.
It absolutely is worth more money. It doesn't make any sense. So weird.
Going back to...
Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's only in theory worth a lot of money because, one, nobody's going to see it. But two, like... It's the backwards way to do it. It's so fucking dumb. Like, the first Flash movie is Flashpoint, essentially. Like,
not a single Flash villain in the entire movie.
What the fuck?
I actually, let me correct myself. There is like I guess Captain Boomerang is on screen at some point when they're like traveling through time, but I didn't notice him.
I thought Captain Boomerang was dead.
Well, it's a Flash movie, so he's going back through and seeing all the moments in time.
Oh,
It's traveling through time, you goofy goober.
Going back to the Batmobile, though.
There's literal dead people.
So
yeah.
Old Batman isn't going to help Flash. So Flash knows that there's a bat cave, and he says, all right, let's go fucking hit up this bat cave if he's not going to help us. They go into the bat cave, and it's this big, epic shot of showing all the lights turning on in the bat cave, and you see the Batmobile underneath the Batmobile looks like it's in a wet bathing suit. You can see it. You can see the dick imprint of the Batmobile underneath this tarp that's covering it. So, like, you see it, and you're like, oh, that's the Batmobile. But then they also have to have Barry be like, oh, is this what I think it is? And pull the sheet off the Batmobile. Well, starts playing. And then guess what? They never start the engine. Never once did they
No
get into that
fucking
Batmobile
way.
and drive it around. Barry
What?
sat in it for a little bit while they were like trying to figure things out, but
I think they used that in the trailer.
they just use the Batmobile or the Batwing to get around. They never drive the Batmobile. Can you believe that?
Wings are easier to CG than tires.
They made Todd McFarlane made like a 20-inch long Batmobile toy,
Yeah, he sure did.
and they don't once drive it in the movie.
He probably doesn't even know that.
Probably not.
He's like, what? Batmobile? Fuck yeah, do it.
One thing I will give the movie, I like this one. There's a bit about time travel where they reference Back to the Future, and it keeps coming back around. And I don't want to spoil it, but I did appreciate that bit. And then I mentioned to you guys today, without wanting to spoil anything, there is a moment in the cacophony of cameos where they show this one world, and it is absolutely like 1 in 10 people will get the reference, and they hold on it for a while. And it's just kind of it's an inside joke.
Is it the one where it looks like they got the wrong cast member?
I don't know, but I don't want to talk any further than that. We'll talk next week after Lee sees it.
Lee, I can't believe you want to see this stupid movie.
It's honestly, I can't either. I'm like, come on, Lee.
It's
I'm going to watch it.
Well, that's why I had to kind of
I'm gonna
rush
watch
and
it
see
too,
it,
but I
because
don't
you
care
guys
about
were
spoilers.
savaging it. You were like, let me show you all the fucking spoilers.
I saw the scene.
I am legitimately more excited about this now than I was when I was like, fuck, did they actually make a good one?
No, man, and it's so
Would you
long.
be excited to go see Batman versus Superman in the theaters?
Well, we didn't know any better then.
It's
You know what I mean?
definitely-
No, but I'm saying right now.
Yeah, but right now you know better.
Right now, would you go see Batman versus Superman in the theaters and be excited about it?
If it was, well, no,
Lee,
because
it's
like,
fine.
I've seen it already, right? But if
Right.
it was the first time,
But you know that it's
And-
bad. Like
Yeah.
you're not excited because you know that it's bad.
Yeah,
I'm
but Lee
telling you.
sees so much, so he can go see this and be fine.
I'm not saying don't go see it.
no, but it's a
I'm
matter
saying
of,
don't go see it.
Okay, but there are varying levels of bad movie, right? Like there's a plainly bad movie, right? There's the so bad that it's good kind of movie, which is always a good time. And then there's these, which are, I feel like for me personally, this Flash movie is a curiosity more than anything. Like I really want to see, like just, you want to see it, and then I want to reflect on how the fuck it got made this way. Like you know what, they had so long to do it, and so
And
long to
fix
get
it.
it as right as possible and fix it and fuck all this stuff, and they still did this, and it's the fucking death knell of this weird failure of a comic book movie universe, you know, happening alongside the most money-makingest franchise in human history, like happening next door. It's so fucking weird.
It really is historical.
Yeah.
I feel the behind the scenes documentary, 20 years from now, when everybody is ready to talk shit about it, will be more entertaining than this.
Yeah, it's fascinating. I'm fascinated by it more than anything. I have to see it.
Have to assume because I think it only made $55 million in opening weekend, which is
Yeah, it wasn't much.
a failure. It was as much as Black Adam made in its first weekend, something like that. Your fucking Black Adam movie's making as much as your big Flash movie with Michael Keaton Batman in it. That's wild.
But nobody knows.
Ezra Miller will not be back. There was some
What?
holding
no
out
one
hope.
else can play Barry Allen, though. Everybody, the director said so. No one could ever be Barry Allen. Not like that guy who was Barry Allen for like 9 years on TV.
I'm willing to give James
everybody
Gunn
really
a
liked.
mulligan on this one. And even Andy Muschietti, who I like, who directed the It movies. Because there was no succeeding in this scenario, I feel. unless you started from
One
scratch.
came in when it was practically finished. Andy Muschietti came in and he was the fucking 6th director assigned to it or some shit. Like, it's just...
Yeah, and
it
James
was
Gunn
never gonna
has to
work.
push it, or else if this tanks so bad that Warner Discovery just cancels all the DC movies, he won't get to do any of his shits.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, he is in an impossible position. He can't come in and be like, "This is just fucking more of the same trash."
But it
He
is
has to be
really
like,
weird
"Good."
how highly he spoke of it, and all of the A-list people like Chris Evans and Stephen King, Tom Cruise are all like, "Oh, this is the best movie I've ever seen in my life." Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Am I taking crazy pills?
Katie had her birthday party, and a couple of the kids slept over. The next day, one of the dads comes to pick her up, and I'm not even thinking about it. I'm wearing my Hawkeye shirt. He's like, "Oh, I like your shirt. Like, Secret Invasion comes out pretty soon." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's gonna be really good." And he's like, "Did you see Flash yet?" I'm like, "No, but I hear it is like the worst thing you'll ever put your eyes on." And he's like, people just like to dislike things. Like, I bet it's going to be pretty good. Like, I really liked him in that Justice League movie. And I was like, oh, no. Oh, no.
It's like, but not the Joss Whedon version, the better
Yeah,
version.
exactly. I was like, oh.
And you have that moment where like, oh, fuck, there's a dummy in my house. Oh,
Yeah.
Because, like, he's like, Secret Invasion looks pretty good. And I'm like, okay, all right, let's tread lightly here. And then he's like, Justice League was a good time. I'm like, oh, God.
You guys remember the bit from the Joss Whedon Justice League where Aquaman sits on the lasso of truth and he starts spilling his guts, and then there's another bit where Batman grabs onto it, I think, and starts spilling his guts? They do that joke again in this.
Good. Twice wasn't enough.
I heard about that one.
Twice definitely wasn't enough for that joke.
It's really something. And Lee, you'll be so happy to hear I finally saw Nicole Kidman talk about movies at the movie theater.
You haven't seen that?
I haven't been to an AMC theater.
No way.
in 2 years? 3 years? You haven't gone to an AMC theater?
The closest theater to us is an Epic theater.
Oh my god, I'm so jealous of you.
And I tell
I
you what,
haven't been to an AMC theater since we went to go see Black Panther in New York.
yeah,
That was such a good time.
I got a $50 AMC gift card, and I'm willing to just write that off because I did not enjoy going to a movie at that theater, and I don't know if I'll ever be back.
One of the last times we were at a movie, I'm like, all right, I have to know. And so, you know when it's going to come at this point. And so I pulled up like my stopwatch because I'm like, how long is this fucking thing? I just really want to know.
Just the Nicole Kidman thing?
Yes.
He pulls his stopwatch out of the collar of his shirt.
Yeah. And it's like 55 seconds. And I'm shocked.
I wish you had asked us to guess.
No,
So
I would have
said
guessed a
3
minute.
minutes. I would have said
feels-
3 minutes.
Yeah, it feels so long. It feels so long, and somehow it feels longer every time you fucking see it.
Yeah.
And it's 55 seconds. I could not believe it.
No way.
I could not fucking believe it.
Well, strap in because Flash is like 210 of those Nicole Kidman AMC movie spots.
How fucking long is this picture?
It's like
What?
2.5 hours long.
Oh, well, that's okay. That's 150, dog. Don't do that to me.
Math.
I'm like, what? Okay. It's like the Eternals all over again. No. So what you got going on, Jose?
Saw the Transformers movie,
Oh, yeah, you sure did.
and that was all right. It was fun. I mean, if you really want to rip it apart, you probably could. There's some Transformer.
People just want to hate some things.
Yeah. Look, I'll say this: that Transformers movie is definitely one of those you don't want to think about too hard because you start pulling at the seams, that whole fucking sweater falls apart real quick.
But there's some cool stuff. Fast forward the whole movie. Let's talk about this fucking G.I. Joe universe.
Yeah. Got
It was
two of
pretty
them.
cool.
You got that one and the fucking Void Rivals thing that came out last week too. That they launched two shared G.I. Joe Transformers universes within a week
that's
of each
wild.
other.
That's so cool. Planned. Dun dun dun. So I'm pretty excited for that. That just do it good. Can we
just
not
make it fun? Like just make it fun because
do the Joes, have them be in there, be cool, like kind of the Mortal Kombat reboot
this
was
fucking
pretty
make it
cool.
fun.
Just make a good reboot.
I
Just
don't
be
know.
fucking-
As of 2 weeks, Transformers: Rise of the Beasts has only made $100 million. I don't know if this shared universe is gonna happen, you guys.
Who's
No,
to say?
it's happening.
I mean,
It
It'll
seems like
happen.
those Transformer movies are running out of steam, though.
you know what it needs? You know what it needs? A fucking GI Joe injection.
Yep.
Exactly.
Well, this is one of those things. Like, there will not be a time where there is not a Transformers movie. Like, there will always be a Transformers movie coming out. And so if it is running out of steam, all the more reason to be like, throw the fucking GI Joes in there, put
we're
Mask
looking
in
at
there.
278 million worldwide on it though. They're making another one. Like they're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
make another.
If the worldwide is
Yeah.
still worth
Plus,
it,
they're
they
fucking
don't give a
selling
fuck.
toys.
The worldwide,
and t-shirts.
the toys, exactly.
Yeah.
Every time
Yeah,
a
they'll be
Transformers
fine.
movie comes out, another generation of the kids buys Transformers toys.
Potentially for the rest of their lives. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, it's happening. Fucking G.I.
I
Joe
was,
Transformers, what?
I was just saying this the other day about the Disney remakes. People were like, oh yeah, that Little Mermaid movie, like, bleh, whatever. And I was like, yeah, but it's been 30-something years. They have to put Ariel in the theaters again to be like, hey, when you come to the parks and you see Little Mermaid, you need to know what that is, Like,
right, yeah,
they
exactly.
gotta keep it relevant.
Has anyone heard anything about that movie?
No.
It came out.
I mean,
No,
not
but
once
I
it
haven't
came
heard
out.
anything about any of those Disney remakes. Like they're just sort of
Yeah.
just
they're
happen.
there,
Yeah,
they
happen.
refresh the
happen.
copyright and they merchandise,
Yeah.
And then they're gone.
Yeah.
I've
When
only
they-
ever seen the first Maleficent. That's the only one I've seen. I've not seen. Well, no, and I watched that weird fucking Pinocchio one.
You didn't see the second Maleficent where they suicide bomb?
No, can't say that I did. I did not see that one.
I saw that the year I had the movie pass, and it had
That's
fairy
crazy.
suicide bombers. So
I forgot all about that creepy Pinocchio movie.
It's a me, Pinocchio.
Tom
I'm a
Hanks with
real
his-
boy.
7 different accents throughout the movie. It's so fucking weird.
Wahoo!
My morning wood isn't wood anymore.
I was in the
What,
parks and
Kelly?
the recreation.
Jesus Christ.
But I mean, the movie was fine.
Oh god.
It was a fun little watch. Soundtrack,
Soundtrack's pretty dope. It's a good.
trying
soundtrack.
to
It's just-
reach that.
Because it's set in
The
the
Miles
90s, so it's a
Morales.
90s soundtrack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not just 90s New York.
Yeah, a lot of 90s New York, a lot of 90s hip hop. Yeah, it's very good. It's that
Has anyone told Tito?
I think
And-
Tito would like the main guy.
Yeah, I was
think
gonna
he would
say,
like it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got his famous Puerto Rican mom, Lieutenant Guerra.
Someone tell Tito about this movie.
And as far as human characters go, the human characters are pretty good in it. There's too much of them, but they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're fine.
You don't ever
why
at any point
why
want
did
to
they
throttle
set
one
it
of
in the
them to death.
90s? What's the point of that?
Because Bumblebee was,
set in
in the 80s.
88. Yeah.
Okay. Does Bumblebee die in one of the Transformers? Like, why are we going back in time?
Well, we didn't
No,
go
because
back in time. We're
Bumblebee
going
was
forward in
basically a
time.
reboot.
No,
because
no. I understand Bumblebee was in the 80s and this is in the 90s. I'm saying in Transformers, fucking whatever the last one was in the present day.
Oh,
Why are we going backwards?
Because they skull fucked their movie so bad.
Oh,
there was,
because
there was no
Strange-
way to save it.
Well, because Stranger Things.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Say
Kinda
no
like
more,
the
Daddy.
80s now.
I get it.
They made an 80s
I didn't
horse
know
girl
if they
movie with
had to
Bumblebee.
get creative to keep a character around or something.
Nah, they just need to do something because they had broken their movie so bad with those Mark Wahlberg ones.
Say hello to your
Yeah.
mother for me. We'll redo it.
The last Mark Wahlberg one ended up with the revelation that the Earth itself is actually Unicron, which
Well,
makes
at
no
least-
fucking sense.
At least it didn't
Oh.
wind up blind, which happens to a lot of the things that Mark Wahlberg touches.
Oh,
If they would have just sent him in on 9/11 with a pallet of bricks, he would have saved freedom.
He fucking launches the brick from the tower straight through the airplane window.
stop it.
Like fucking King Kong.
I
And then
want to
Bullseye
make a
style,
movie of
the
that.
brick the King Bullseye style, the brick ricochets off 4 terrorist heads.
Yeah. All right, this is what I want to do. I want to make a movie set in the past about washed up baseball pitcher Mark Wahlberg. And you have no idea what it's actually about until the final scene when he picks up a brick and flings it through the windshield of one of the 9/11 planes.
You know what?
One that went down.
That's about as wild of an ending as Flash had.
Yeah, it's very One Night in Hollywood. What's that Tarantino one?
Once upon a time in Hollywood.
Upon a time in Hollywood.
where it goes like completely fucking wild.
When
Yeah.
you
Right
get to that
history.
end of Flash, just think about the ape Lincoln Memorial from the Mark Wahlberg Planet of the Apes movie.
Oh my god. All
They
right.
go back in time and it's Mark Wahlberg instead. There's a statue of Mark Wahlberg holding a brick.
Holding it like the Statue of
on the
Liberty.
Lincoln Memorial. Oh, goddamn. So good. What you got going on, Kelly? What's happening in the world?
What do I have going on? I watched that Stan Lee documentary that's on Disney Plus.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, that's a thing.
It's interesting. They made interesting choices in how they made this movie. So, the entire movie, like all the narration, comes from audio clips of Stan. So it's as though he's telling you his life story.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's
Which is cool. I did have to look it up to make sure they didn't do like AI. But no, it's all taken from like interviews and stuff. So
It's all like his phone. He's like, "Hello, is this Domino's? I'd like a pizza."
I need a big tittied Latina masseuse.
But so like that was an interesting approach. It was cool seeing all like the archival footage and photos and stuff. But for the stuff that they didn't have any archival anything for, they built like little dioramas and had like little figures in them posed,
Huh.
which was also a strange but interesting choice.
Especially considering
instead
the
of a
medium that
reenactment
he
kind of thing?
was
Yeah.
known for.
Yeah. So I think the way they made the movie is more interesting, or made the documentary is more interesting than the documentary itself. Because one of the downsides of doing it where it's as though the person is telling you their story is you only get things from their side.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So this is an hour and a half of Stanley telling you how great he is.
Well, I mean, if I'm Stan Lee, the only thing I'm obviously he's dead, but if I'm his estate, I'm not signing off on anything that doesn't tell just his part of the story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Especially
Everything else is gonna
Disney.
be like,
Yeah.
Yes.
A Disney Stan Lee documentary isn't going to get to the nitty-gritty of it all.
Yeah.
No.
It's not breaking
just-
the hard covers.
It reminded me a lot of the WWE documentaries, where it's this is them canonizing their version of history
Right.
as truth. And it will be accepted as such by new fans who don't know any better, and this is all they see.
yeah. I think, Kelly, that's how every documentary actually works.
No, not every documentary.
Yeah, most documentaries are people talking about other people.
Yeah.
What you're
Yeah, but
thinking
there's
of is
still-
history books.
There's still, well, yeah, but even if you are talking about other people, you're still saying, here's my version of what I think happened presented to you as fact.
Not necessarily. I mean,
Yeah, I
you know,
wouldn't say that.
There could be. I mean, there are extremely objective documentarians. You know,
Yeah.
that's what a documentary should be. It should document a truth. You know, so I think you're good documentarians, and a good documentary is very unbiased.
Well, I'll see.
Y'all see the one where that guy got ate by the grizzly?
No.
Maybe if you did, you'd change your tune, Mahoney.
Yeah.
No, just because one guy gets, you know how many people fuck up things that I would have no problem with every single day?
This guy
You live
lived
my life,
with the
dumbass.
bears. Like
They were his friends.
he was friendly with the
Well,
bears.
there's problem number one. Don't trust those fuckers.
Well, yeah. Don't trust them.
Yeah.
I see a bear. I'm not gonna invite it in my house. I'm gonna poke it in the eyeballs.
No,
nuts.
don't poke a bear. That's
I'm
literally the
gonna poke
one
it.
thing you're not supposed to
I'm
do
gonna
is poke a
Poke
bear.
it in the eyeballs. I'm gonna stick my fingers in its nose, and I'm gonna lift its head up so I can kick it in the throat.
Oh my god, that makes me think of that fucking stupid Craven trailer.
Oh, that trailer looks.
He gets
horrendous.
attacked
looks
by a
so
lion,
bad.
and the lion just lets him live and drips its blood into
Yeah,
him.
the
and he
lion
becomes-
flight clubs him. You don't know where I've been, kid.
I hate that movie exists.
It
Because I've always thought Craven would be a really good Spider-Man movie villain,
Yeah.
and that's just not gonna happen
and that's
anymore.
not Craven, yeah. The Craven
Ruined.
in the upcoming Spider-Man 2 video game is perfect.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably gonna be really good.
Yeah, that's kind of the Craven you want, really. you
They're
know?
gonna
Yeah.
straight up have a scene at the end where Craven and Morbin Time and Vulture get together and hang out.
Oh,
aren't
absolutely.
they?
Oh, definitely.
They're not stopping with this Sinister Six
Of
that they're
course
building.
No.
No, did you hear? What was it? In the Spider-Verse, I think you hear a mention of the Sinister Six.
Well,
Yes.
yeah,
Like a
because
background
they mentioned
of a,
like
of a movie
everything that was ever in a Spider-Man.
Yeah,
really.
clip. No, I mean there was like in the background. Like
well,
a
it was
news-
it was
clip or
in
some
Miles's. Oh, okay, no, in the 42 universe, because Miles didn't get bit by that spider, or their Peter Parker didn't get bit by that spider. What?
Yes, it was the Sinister Six cartel.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. The Sinister Six has essentially
Sinister
taken
Stick.
over the city
Yeah,
and is running shit.
yeah. I went and saw it again on Saturday. Still, just as good.
Yeah,
Second
Across
time
the
around.
Spider-Verse is definitely the better multiverse movie that is out
Yeah.
currently.
Lee,
Imagine
you should just go see Spider-Verse again instead of seeing Flash.
Imagine seeing Spider-Verse and knowing that your Flash movie comes out like 2 weeks later.
Oh.
Because there's nothing that the Flash movie does that Spider-Verse doesn't knock out of the park.
Yeah. The director of Flash, whatever his name, Tommy Tomato or
Andy
some shit, just-
Muschietti.
yeah, Tommy Tomato. just sitting there being like, we're okay. This is going to be all right.
Yeah.
We're
Like the fucking dog in the fire.
yeah,
This is fine.
this is fine. But going back to the Stan documentary, there is one bit that paints him in an unflattering picture, and it is very much a bit where they're just like presented without comment. They
Really?
put in the clip from the radio show from I think it was 87, where Jack Kirby was on the radio talking with whatever host, and it was his birthday. And Stan just called in to wish Jack a happy birthday. And then out of nowhere, when they're talking, Stan just goes, well, I think we can all agree. All the words that were on the pages in our comics was something I put there. Just out of the blue. And then Jack's like, well, you never let me write anything. And I put a lot of words on those pages, but you never used them. And they just kind of go back and forth at each other like that. And it's
Holy
like, okay.
shit. All
yeah,
right.
have you? Yeah, it's a like honestly, the documentary is worth watching just to hear that bit.
Wow.
But it is very interesting that they put that in where there is this one stark bit in this documentary of Isn't Stanley Great, where he is such an asshole out of nowhere, where it's like, I wonder if initially they had a whole bunch of that shit in and this is all they could clear. Because it is just presented and like then they move on. It's very strange.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, but no, it's that was cool. I actually never heard that before. Like I've read about it. I've read transcripts of it in like magazines and stuff, but I'd never actually heard the audio.
I love
nuts.
the bit from Frank Miller's eulogy to Jack Kirby that you retweeted, Kelly. Where
Yes, yeah,
Frank
I posted
Miller
that because I've
says-
been reading a lot of old comics lately, and that was in the back page of some Dark Horse book I was reading.
I love this bit from the eulogy Frank Miller wrote about Jack Kirby after his death. It says, "We celebrate Jack Kirby. We know the injustices he suffered. We know the way he was done wrong. They are serious, but they are tiny when you compare them with the man's success." I like that. I feel that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was a really just nice eulogy. And it's like, man, pre 9/11 Frank was great.
Yeah, no racism whatsoever.
Just internalized.
Yeah. But
He's
then
not like
9/11
Jack
broke
Kirby
him.
was one of the top 3 Jews I ever met.
Yeah, exactly.
He was an all right one.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Never
I don't
loaned
know.
him money, but he was a good Jew.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if you got nothing better to do, pop it on. It's an interesting enough watch. And like I said, all the archival footage is cool to see. But then what else? have I
Do
been
they
doing?
talk? Do they touch on at all Morbin time in the Stanley documentary?
You know what? No.
Oh, okay.
That's very strange.
Yeah, they I do like that they skip ahead from like 1990 Marvel gets sold and then he's out of a job to 2010. Guess what? Now he's chairman emeritus or fucking whatever, and he's in all these movies, and look at him just laughing it up with Chris Hemsworth and stuff, and it's like, oh, you guys skipped a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
There is I don't know, a good 20 years you just decided not to cover.
What about the 10 years that he was dragged to Comic Cons against his will?
You know what? No, they didn't touch on that either.
Did they
What
talk
about the
his
time he
nurse?
almost died in the back of C2E2?
Definitely didn't cover that one.
What about the
he was taking a
chafing that
nap?
used to happen in the shower when that nurse tried to jerk him off?
Yeah, the nurse didn't get brought up at all.
They didn't interview any nurses?
No.
Huh.
Yeah,
There's
strange.
like a 20-minute scene where she's like, "Yeah, he liked 2 hands and a lot of twisting."
I can picture it.
He just kept going, "Ooh, that twist."
Oh my god.
Now mashed potato.
Yeah. I bet you every time he would put on the Chubby Checker song, she'd roll her eyes. God damn it.
Do excel some more of that.
Are you ready to do
God
that
damn it.
twist?
Fucking
There's nothing
ridiculous.
better than when Lee says, "God damn it."
When
Yeah.
Stanley comes, it's just an onomatopoeia.
It shoots
What's
out a
how?
word. He comes, and every single time he goes, "That one's for you, Jack."
Oh my god.
Cinema!
Eat it, Ditko. They do really, I mean, and kind of rightfully so. They do a good job of just painting Steve Ditko as this reclusive weirdo. But I guess that is just who he was.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's not inaccurate.
No. Yeah, no, it's very much he was an artist who did some stuff and then he got mad at Stan and left. Why did he get mad at Stan? Who's to say?
You know, personal business. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, what else did I do? I went to see Spider-Verse, like I said, still fucking great. Collision. The first episode of AEW Collision debuted.
Ugh.
Lee, did you watch it?
No.
Lee is
No.
quiet protesting Collision.
Wow. You hate the CM Punk that much.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not watching that fucking show. Like, I'm not gonna do it.
I liked it. The thing I like most about it is it feels very different from their other stuff. Like, it doesn't just feel like, oh, this is just other Dynamite.
I don't get that.
What don't you don't get how it didn't don't you get?
It feels like the same show to me. It still feels like AEW. I don't really get that it feels different.
It feels more laid back and less go that Dynamite has.
Oh, that's why I didn't like it. That makes
it
sense.
feels like they give stuff a lot more time to breathe. On
Yeah, CM Punk's on the creative committee for Collision, so he's trying to get everybody to work that WWE style to slow down for him, huh? He's sandbagging the entire roster of Collision.
Yep. Yeah, no, I liked it. I liked that it had a different feel. I liked the commentary team, aside from when JR came out with his black eye and his fucking frog in his throat.
I don't know. Kevin Kelly was all out of sorts. Did you hear him pronounce Okada's name?
Yeah, well, did you hear him pronounce Andrade's name?
Yes.
3 different ways. He was having a rough go of it.
He
but
was.
like I think he'll just get used to it with time. He's not used to doing
Muscle memory.
a live show like this anymore. Because he's just used to doing New Japan shows where it's just straight 4 hours. He's not having to throw to breaks. No one's in his ear or anything.
And plus, nobody speaks English, so they don't care what he says.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, now he has to he's got Tony talking at him in his ear, and he's like, "Oh, I am not used to this at all." Oh shit, I have to throw to break. Oh fuck, all right, hold on. So I think he'll get used to it, and then things will be better. I thought Nigel was all right enough. And I'm hoping that the rotating third chair ends up working out, especially now that it looks like JR is probably gone for a little while.
Amazing to see that picture of him with the black eye earlier in the day. Them to hold him off for the entire show, bring him out for the main event, and he sounds like he's been gargling glass. JR.
How did... And then he cleared his throat, and he was kind of all right-ish. But it's like, dude, clear your throat before you go out.
I get that it's the first episode of Collision, and probably CM Punk wanted JR to call his match in the United Center, but oh boy.
I heard from a guy who was there. He said you could see... Because we were all talking in the Voices of Wrestling Slack about how JR's voice sounded, and he said you could see Kevin Kelly just frantically handing JR things like, here's a water bottle, here's a hanky.
Oh, no.
Whatever you got going on, fix it up.
Get your shit together, JR.
They sent out a producer with a cup of hot tea or something for him.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was good to see Miro back. It was good to see Andrade back.
Yeah, I like those dudes.
Yeah.
Andrade is low-key one of my favorites.
Andrade just keeps getting bigger.
Yeah.
Is he going to work with the Faccione and Goran or no?
I feel like they're definitely setting that up because they had him get beat up by the House of Black.
Yeah.
After his match with Buddy.
I figure that would have been a thing because he just kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
And right, but also it's tough because...
They had to go to Preston Vance, so Roosh didn't have, just one guy in his group.
Yeah. He is kind of presenting as a face, so maybe not.
I could see them just turning all of LFI.
Oh, yeah. Roosh as a face, I'll take that.
Yeah.
He was a face at that Ring of Honor tapings we went to.
Yeah, everyone wants to cheer Roosh.
Roosh.
He's just such a lovable dickhead. I love that he has his specific chords under the ring to hit people with.
Yeah, the neon green extension
neon
cord.
green ones, so he knows those are okay to use.
When CM Punk bitched about Hangman Page chopping him in the neck or in the mouth in that match that they had, and CM Punk whining about that. And then there were all
what he was bitching about?
Yeah, there were all the tweets about how you better not get in the ring with Roosh, CM Punk, because you're not going to be able to handle it. He's going to beat the fuck out of you.
And then Roosh is just retweeting all of them.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what, did he call out Hangman in his fucking promo?
No, in the
ESPN.
ESPN interview.
Yeah, he claimed
okay,
because the shit Hangman said about Colt Cabana, essentially blaming Punk for getting Colt spirited away. Punk then said he was on defense. He wasn't sure if Hangman was gonna take liberties with him, so he blamed that on why the match sucked.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, and he thought Hangman was shooting on him particularly because of like a chop that was high and caught him in the throat.
Right.
And it's like, Hangman just works stiff, and he's kind of sloppy sometimes. That is just he has that reputation.
And you're a little
That's
short
just
boy,
who he
CM
is.
Punk.
Yeah, like it's gonna happen. That's just how he works.
Hit that
Mahoney.
shit, bro.
Yeah, Kelly.
You're lighting up while we're talking about wrestling.
Definitely. What else am I supposed to do while you talk about wrestling?
That's true.
God damn it.
Now you're coughing.
Remember last week? Remember last week when Jose was like, "It wasn't me," and then at the end, Kelly hung out, and it was just Kelly.
Oh, it
and
wasn't
Jose
me.
on
That
the
last
call.
time was me. That was me. But the show was over.
But it was the same
All that
sound.
other shit wasn't me.
It was the same sound.
Yeah, what sound was it?
It's
There
the
was no
same-
sound.
Clickety clackety sounds.
Clickety clacks.
Same
No.
sounds that are happening in this show.
That was Jose riding around on a horse.
Oh, you got Mr. Ed over there?
Yeah. He's training him.
No, click.
Jose, pass it.
You ever got high with a horse, man?
Yeah.
Get off your high.
You want to see how big my dick can get?
Gives new meaning to get off your high horse.
There you go.
How about you get on your high horse, man?
What do you got
Anyway,
going on, Mahoney?
that's all I got. Yeah, Mahoney, tell us what you're doing.
What am I doing? I'm not doing much. This is the week I gotta go to the office, so that's a
Oh,
a
that's
real
right.
fun
I have
time.
noticed some issues with that.
Just having
Yeah.
to hide your boner the entire time.
Yeah, exactly. Today I made myself laugh so hard at my own creations that the lady sitting across from me got mad and slammed her shit down on her desk. And I was like, I'm not built to be in an office anymore.
Nope. You're feral.
Yep. And we had Katie's party. And so it was supposed to be on Saturday, but Saturday was supposed to be this shitty rainy day. And so last minute, Lisa moves it to Friday. And because she moved it to Friday, like everything just got thrown into flux. Like everything is all fucking changed and different. And so we always get a water slide. She can't get the water slide we usually get. So she calls this place that's like an hour away and is like, yeah, you're the only water slide left in town. I need it. And this fucking water slide is taller than my house. Like, this was the biggest water slide I've ever seen in my life. I was legitimately concerned. At one point, Will was like, all right, I want to go outside and test that thing out. And I was like, yeah, bud, let's do it. Because I was like, you're going to see the size of this thing and be like, I'm not climbing up there. Like, and even if you get up there, I'm not sure you'll come down.
Well, guess
but
you
he
just
loved
live
it.
up there now.
So, yeah. It was great. The kids were coming down that thing so fast that half of them were flying out the pool. Like they weren't
Oh my God.
landing in the little pool at the bottom of it. They would just go whipping right out onto the grass.
Well, I don't want to cast aspersions on Katie or her friends, but they are getting to the age where maybe inflatable water slide is no longer built for them.
I think this inflatable water slide was meant for straight up adults. I think this one would have been fine. They are getting to that age though, because very first thing, they all start showing up. They all come outside. Like the first 3 or 4 girls like jump in the pool, and the first one of them is like, "Oh my god, my mascara!" I was like, "Okay, I'm not ready for this."
Didn't get that waterproof mascara. What a sucker.
Yeah. But it was a good time. She had a good time. Will had a good time.
That's the curse of having a June birthday is if you're trying to do anything outside,
Your mascara is just gonna run.
It's a flip of a
Exactly.
coin whether or not it's gonna rain.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, how many birthdays I've had rained out
How many?
in Florida?
Yeah, I was like,
most
hey,
of
you
them.
guys want to come over for pool day Sunday?
Yeah,
Which sounds great. It's supposed to fucking rain the whole time.
we'll see. These meteorologists don't know shit.
3 days out. I took the class in college. If it's not 3 days out, it's too far for them to tell. So, if you want to know, wait until it's 3 days out. So, everybody comes over. The party's from like 4 to 8 because some people couldn't get there because they had to work. So, we like started it early, started it late, just trying to get the most people there that we could. And so, parents are coming and going like left and right. And at one point, this one kid is in the bathroom like changing, and I'm making small talk with the mom. And this other kid comes in, is like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And I'm like, all right, go downstairs, and you can go to the bathroom downstairs. And he's like, okay, cool. And he goes downstairs, and I'm making small talk with the mom. The mom's like, oh my god, like your pool, your deck, like this water slide, like holy shit, like everything looks amazing.
You
Like,
need
what a
another
party.
wife?
Like Lisa's like making homemade, snow cones like on this snow cone machine, like, and she's just like, this is amazing. And so the kid goes downstairs to go to the bathroom, and he's like, I don't see it. And I'm like, go downstairs, go to your right, it's on your left. And he's like, I don't see it. Like, I got nothing. I don't see it. I'm like, okay, on your left, just past the statues. And he's like, oh yeah, I got it. I'm like, all right, cool. And I turn back around, and the mom is like, you got statues? I'm like, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, there's a Michelangelo down there.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
pretty pornographic. I mean, the kids shouldn't be seeing these.
I was like, this is all I need. Is this kid is in the basement being like, it's just so large, I can't tell where the bathroom is. I'm like, it's past the statues. It was a
Fucking love
wild
it.
time.
Love it.
Kids just rummaging around in your snack pantry in the basement
Right.
like a rat, just chewing through boxes.
Oh my god. These feral children.
I could see it
Oh.
though.
Fucking ridiculous. All right, so what's up? We gonna try this again this week?
You wanna give it a shot?
What are we
Or
doing?
not?
Let's do
I'm
it.
good
What are
either
we
way.
doing?
How's your heady?
I am not
It's-
prepared. What are we doing?
Oh, well, we definitely don't have to. Then it's fine.
Yeah, I didn't know we were doing something. I just thought we
Yeah,
were
I
doing
thought
it.
we were just talking Flash.
Well, then I'm fucking. Let's keep on vibing. I don't give a shit. We're good. It's fine.
What were we gonna do?
Yeah, I don't even remember.
The canon event thing.
Oh, the cannon event.
Fire the cannons.
Yes. Fire.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we should just like start with that next time. fuck what you did over the week.
Well,
The
does
movies were
anybody
out.
have a canon event where like we could talk about it? Let's do it. Nice. What's your canon event? I
It's
know you have more than
fine.
one.
Lee, tell me about your canon week.
No, it's fine. I did not mean to put everybody on the spot. It's okay.
Fucking me and new Jose over there. We weren't ready.
Yeah, just because the Jose's didn't know what was going on doesn't mean the rest of you have to suffer.
Nah, it's totally fine. Like, so my head still hurts anyway. So I'm
I
good.
got a canon event.
in my pants.
It's when I went to the store and a guy gave me a hoagie.
I'll tell you, one of my canon events. Oh, sorry.
The guy that gave me the hoagie sounded a lot like that.
He spit in my mouth, and now I have a cough.
Being left at the strip club.
That is a canon event.
Whoa.
All right. I think we're done here. That's a solid way to end the show,
Yeah.
if anything else.
Should we wait until we know Jose's good? What if we
Nah.
end and he needs
Need
behind
proof of life, Jose.
I'm alive.
Okay. All right, good. All right. So in that case, we'll call this shit. It's a good time. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for putting up with my fucking headache. You know, all that shit. So,
Sorry if we added to it.
Yeah. So we will be back next week. We'll talk probably a bit more about The Flash. See what the fuck's going on with that thing. I know I'm excited. Gonna be good. It won't be good at all. So for Jason Nyes, Jose Guzman, Kelly Harris, I am the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. We'll talk to you fools next week at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central at youtube.com/panelsonpages. Good night. We love you. Goodbye.
Demonetize this. Demonetize this.
You fucking Google ass bitch.
Demonetize this. Demonetize this.
Fucking Google something.
Demonetize this.
Holy shit.
Demonetize this.
You fucking Google ass bitch.
Demonetize this.
I didn't want to say it.
Demonetize this.
What are you, some kind of bitch?
Whoa.
Demonetize this.
You fucking
Google ass bitch.
Demonetize this.
Why you keep bugging us, YouTube?
Demonetize this.
you fucking Google ass bitch.
That's it. Show's over. We're done.